Hello everybody and welcome back to me being absolutely dreadful at Civ 6. This has not changed yet. One thing I want to work on in our next restart, which is not happening yet, one thing I want to work on in our next restart is on my early game scouting patterns. And also, I'm not sure what victory type I'm going to target for the next game because I don't know what Civ I'm going to play. I'm, after all, playing random Civs. But, we'll have to take a look at that. I definitely want to work on early game scouting, though. Particularly, I think getting out a ship in the very early game to do coastal scouting is probably going to be pretty effective. I mean, the land scouting is great, right? I'm not talking about using any production for that ship. I'm talking about maybe using money for it. Maybe. We'll have to see. But I definitely want to work on the scouting pattern because I haven't been super efficient with how I've been using my scouts, and that is definitely something that I want to address. I'm not ready to give up on this game yet, though. And the question is, we're pivoting, right? To what? To what exactly? We're kind of doing okay on culture. We're also kind of doing okay on religion. Kinda. So those are some options. We could always go the domination route. That is always a choice. Hungary is kind of the primary enemy there. That said, they like us. Hungary likes us quite a lot. So that is great. We don't know why, but they like us quite a lot. I'm okay with it, Hungary. That may change later on. For now, we're just going to get our archers down over here. And it does bear noting I moved these guys off camera without meaning to right here. And I guess I'll do that. So yeah, that happened. These scouts, they're kind of on the wrong side of the world, right? Our scouts should probably be on opposite sides of this continent right now. That's a bit of a problem. We're just going to get them started moving over here, but they're just treading the same path. This is what I'm talking about here when I'm saying that we're having difficulties with utilizing our scouts efficiently in the early game. That's something I definitely want to focus on a little later on. I also fortified our warrior here. Now, as far as civics go, I think we're going to grab drama and poetry. We're doing okay in terms of the world rankings for culture, and that may help us on that. And we don't have speed ups for either of these. Be the target of a declaration of war, build an encampment. Well, we are building an encampment. That's 10 turns out, though. So I don't think there's any point in getting military training right now. And as far as defensive tactics go, again, I don't think there's a huge reason to grab that just yet. Okay. Let's proceed. Okay. I do want to start working on getting some builders out at some point soon. That is definitely something I want to do. Okay. It will be our turn now. These guys just backed off. The archers are attacking Egypt's warriors over here. This is Egypt, right? Yeah, that's Egypt. Okay. We're going to move over here, see what we can find. A whole lot of Hungary is what we find. Okay. We're going to move our archers over here. And we're going to kind of back up Egypt's warriors. I wish Egypt's warriors weren't here right now, but they are. Where do we want to send our envoy to? There's this city-state. +1 faith in the capital and in every shrine building. Okay, that's not really what we're looking for right now. Geneva at 3 envoys would get us something kind of interesting. We could go for Nazca. We do already have an envoy there. Vatican City, we do not. I mean, can we withdraw envoys? I don't think we can. I guess we'll just send one over to Geneva for now, because we could definitely use the science boost. But we're not going to get the science boost until we're at 3 envoys, right? So that's understood. Okay, let's proceed. Lots of Egyptian warriors over here. That's fine. Georgia's pretty upset at Cleopatra, I'm pretty sure, because of all the Shinto that's around here. I'd kind of like them to spread Shinto to Moscow, and actually it looks like they're doing that as we speak. Excellent. Yes, kill the Egyptian warriors. I'm okay with this. We're going to continue exploring the boundaries of Hungary over there. And I do want to bring our archers over here. Excellent. And I kind of want to attack these guys, but at the same time, I don't want to get hit by these archers. That said, Egypt... Okay, what is Egypt's plan here? Egypt is definitely going to use this warrior to attack the camp. I did not intend to move there. Egypt is definitely going to use this warrior to attack this camp, thus finishing the camp. This warrior is likely to withdraw. These archers would be wise to go after the warriors. There are hills here, here, and here. Is this hills? Yeah, that's hills. So the warrior probably can enter these, but can't exit them, if I recall correctly on how the movement mechanics work. Let's see how true this all is. Fascinating. Egypt made some interesting choices there. I don't pretend to understand why, but they're allowing us to get this barbarian encampment. Sounds good. We're going to just move over this direction, continuing to scout out Hungary, and we want to bring this settler up over to Yaroslavl. We're going to have an archer there to escort it shortly, but this does allow us to start looking at options over here. And actually this location that I was thinking about over here, it's not a recommended location, obviously. There's not much for food over here. There's a Hungarian city here now. Maybe we want to give up on this iron? It's recommending a city here, a coastal city over here. These are volcano regions around this volcano. This is all floodplain. I kind of want to have these Ularu locations. I feel like they would be pretty good for us to have with all the culture and... I mean, the faith is not as important anymore, right? But with all of the culture here, I feel like that would be very useful. If we were to do that, I find it interesting that this... Or actually, you can't settle within 4 tiles of a city, right? So we would not be able to settle here anyway. We could settle perhaps somewhere along this river. We'll have to think about this. We will certainly have to think about this. There's a fair amount of copper over here. I'm not sure how relevant that will be going forward. There's some sheep over here. That's all fine. The game really thinks we'd be better off settling on the coast. I don't want to be too close to this volcano, of course. I mean, we'd have to avoid building districts and such here, right? Is what we'd have to do. I would recommend here, but that would be kind of infringing on Moscow's yields up over here, which we were planning on this going into Moscow. In fact, all of these tiles, we were planning on going into Moscow. And this is all Egypt up over here. Okay. I'm not entirely sure where we want to build this yet. I will definitely have to give that more consideration. For right now, I'm interested in attacking these archers, but I want to come in over here and check. Yes. We can't do that yet. Let's hit these archers. About like that. And then the question is, can they focus their fire and kill our warrior? It's rank 1. I don't know. Maybe. I think in St. Petersburg, we definitely go for the watermill here. Okay. Let's proceed for now. I'm playing a little greedy right now, I feel like, with my build choices. But at the same time, I want to see how greedy I can play with the buildings versus units. Because there's some people who are going to be upset at us, right? Like Cleopatra, because we don't have a strong enough army. But, okay. We just got currency, so that helps.
If it does not bring you happiness, will at least help you be miserable in comfort.
Indeed it will. Okay, so what do we want to go for next? We could go for horseback riding. That would be the fastest thing that we could go for. And we don't have boosts on anything else, so I think we go for horseback riding as the most efficient option. So let's take these warriors in here and clear out this camp. Like so. It's +3 era score. And now we're going to hit these archers. Excellent. Okay, we made this archer. And we're going to move this settler over here. It's recommending a city here. I think this is a terrible place to build a city. I think this is an objectively bad place to build a city. Like, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I think the game is, like, high or something. Why would I build a city right here? Sure, there's a camp here. We can get the camp from Yaroslavl. The yields are just garbage here. Absolute garbage. Yeah, I think the game is drunk. We are definitely not going to build a city here. That is 100% not happening. Well, we can't build a city this close to Vatican City, right? If we're going to build the city up here, it would have to be like here, and this would still be a really bad location in terms of yields. Maybe we should build it over here on the coast. I mean, the game is right. There are strong yields here. We can grab this copper, we get citrus, we get dyes, there's deer over here, there's copper extendable over here. There's quite a lot of production on this tile. We'd probably not want to put too much effort into improving these 3 tiles. But everything else would be okay. And this would be a provider of luxury resources for us. Okay. So Yaroslavl, I kind of want to grab a watermill here as well for that extra production. Wonderful. And we're just going to cross this river here. Once again, this is not an efficient use of scouts. We're scouting here and here simultaneously, and I would rather have these guys be heading up this coast and seeing what's northward. That would be much preferred. So that is something that I definitely want to focus on in the next run. I was thinking that Egypt would probably kill those archers. If they didn't, our warriors were in danger. So that's a good thing. Georgia has warriors near St. Petersburg. That is not true. That is absolutely not true, Georgia. We do not allow barbarians into our cities. Goodbye. I mean, if she wants to make us upset...
All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely players.
Indeed. Was that a barbarian outpost? That was over here. Okay. We're going to fortify this warrior until healed, and we're going to do the same with this archer. This barbarian camp is very close to where we're planning on putting our next city. So that is equal parts convenient and inconvenient, I think I'll say. We do get a new civic here. None of these are accelerated. I think we're going to grab... The advisor is recommending defensive tactics. That would give us a bastion policy. Speaking of which, we should probably reevaluate our policies. That's something that I haven't done in a while. So let's go into our government here. And let's think about changing some policies. So we currently have 15% production towards ancient and classical wonders. We are not working on that. I think we're going to change that to 30% production toward builders. Everything else I think we're okay with for now. Plus 2 great scientist points per turn, sure. That's more of an investment into our far future. But I do want to start spamming out some builders. So let's do that. Now, in St. Petersburg, I would be interested in taking a look at our citizens here. We are growing, so that's great. Otherwise, we are production focused. And that's about the best we can do for production right now. However, we could potentially purchase in a builder or a granary. That would give us that +1 food. We're already growing, though. I think we're better off with a builder for right now. And the idea is that we take this builder up over this way, and we can build mines in these locations. But I want to be able to gather this copper. So we'll head up there. And yeah, building some mines for additional production is not the worst thing. But we're starting to get to the point where many of our cities, or at least 2 of our cities, need some additional locations for our citizens to work, right? Like, for example, here, when this grows, I mean, we should already have this upgraded. And it is, isn't it? This is a quarry? Yes, that is a quarry. Okay, so looking at this, I mean, we have this upgraded over here. That is a plantation. This is a quarry. This is a pasture up here. But where's the next... Where's the next citizen going to work? This citizen is already working this unupgraded woods tile. We definitely need builders in Yaroslavl. So that's something that we're definitely going to work towards. In St. Petersburg, we've got this upgrade here. It's a camp. It's a camp. It's a camp. We've got those all going. This is now working an unupgraded tile over here. So we absolutely need to be getting some additional tile upgrades because we're starting to have some inefficiencies leaking in there. So that is 100% something that we need to be focused on. We overshot with our archer. Okay. I doubt anybody's going to settle over here. Ah. Cleopatra wants our diplomatic favor. And she wants to give us 3 gold, plus 15 gold, or no, plus 60 gold. And open borders for this diplomatic favor. We don't know if we're going to go for a diplomatic victory, though. I'm going to refuse that, actually, Cleopatra. Sorry. I want that diplomatic favor. Currency for buying votes. Indeed. Okay. We're going to bring our scout over this way. I see this Egyptian chariot archer. We're going to explore up through here and see if we can find some interesting things in the boundary between Egypt and Hungary. For now, we're just going to bring these guys together, and we're going to create an escort formation. There we go. These guys are still healing up. That is absolutely fine. I'm actually going to move our archers back to Moscow. They're meant to be a garrison unit. Okay. There's a new barbarian outpost. That's that same one. Okay. Good to know. What are you planning, Georgia? They'd be foolish to attack us here, of course. We don't really know where Georgia is. Medieval era. Okay. Well, our knowledge of construction has boosted. That's nice. We're starting to enter that mid-game period where I'm starting to think about maybe doing something a little bit more aggressive. But I definitely want Moscow to come online first. There's no doubt about that. We do need to make a dedication. We're in a normal age. Each of our citizens exerts 1 loyalty pressure in their city. This pressure also affects other cities within 9 tiles, but is 10% less effective per tile. You may make a dedication, which will provide an additional source of era score during the age. Okay. In era score, each time we trigger an inspiration, or a eureka, or each time we construct a specialty district, I'm leaning towards triggering Eurekas, maybe? Maybe not. +1 era score for constructing a building with a great work slot. We need to do that anyway. I think we're going to do that, which kind of commits us to going towards more of a cultural victory, right? Kind of. Well, we're going to move over this way with our escort formation. And in St. Petersburg, I think we should probably start thinking about building some of our other districts. A government plaza gives us a governor title. I'm just wondering if a theater district gives us a great work slot, and it looks like it does not. Okay. Nobody's built an oracle yet. It's kind of bonkers. At any rate, I think we're going to go ahead and build a granary to continue our city growth for right now. I'm going to continue being a little bit greedy on that front. Okay. Let's continue. Horseback riding next turn. This chariot archer may decide to attack our builder. If that happens... Hello, World Congress. And that is why I didn't want to give up my diplomatic favor. So, Georgia has a lot of that. So does Egypt. We have very little, but that's okay. Let's see here. The chosen player generates 100% more grievances, and other players generate 100% more grievances toward this player. Or B, the chosen player generates 50% fewer grievances. Okay. Our first vote is free. That's fine. I'm guessing that the AI is going to vote to, maybe... I have no idea. Go after us. Who knows? Can I not vote on that? Yeah, either of those. I'm going to just vote for myself. This is a terrible idea, I'm sure. But I'm going to vote for myself to not generate grievances. And then, as far as city-state yields... Matthias prefers this outcome. Cleopatra and an unmet player preferred this outcome. It's 2-2. Actually, Matthias has no diplomatic favor right now. Cleopatra is probably going to spend some of her diplomatic favor to make this happen. And what target would Cleopatra want? I don't know, maybe a militaristic? I'm just guessing here. I am, after all, terrible at this game. Okay. Okay, that's fine. I was the only one who voted for B. I'm not surprised that the AI voted for A, honestly. That makes sense. But I didn't put too much into it. And they elected A. targeting religious city-state. Okay, I expected Cleopatra would spend some favor on that, but it looks like Georgia actually did instead.
No hour of life is wasted that is spent in the saddle.
Indeed. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode, I will continue to be terrible at this game. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.